Great. It's Hot 97.
Yeah.
50 Cent is here today.
I'm here, baby.
Yeah.
Fresh off the Summer Jam stage.
Yeah. A lot of excitement.
Where do we start with you today?
A lot of excitement. A lot of
Hi,
energy.
Fifth. How are you?
I'm good, Ange.
How's life?
Last night I had so much fun. I had the premiere for
Power.
Power.
I'm gonna talk, yeah, that looks like it's really good.
It is.
That looks good.
And it looks like somebody's spending money on promoting it.
The stars, yeah. So you see the buses flying through the city.
And your acting looks next level. It looks like you stepped up a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie, I got an advantage. I've been working with really talented artists. And just watching them in between times too, it's giving you the confidence to be good.
You look like you've been you put some work in. I could even from the promo, I was like, oh, that's a different 50.
Yeah,
actor.
I work with the coaches and everything.
So-
And I had a lot of projects. Like you don't realize, I did 19 films now.
Wow. And wait, so tell me when the show starts.
The show starts June 7th. So I'm like,
On
I'm on
Stars.
the countdown, yeah.
And you're an executive producer.
Executive producer, so.
We're gonna get back to the show. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. Can we talk about Summer Jam at the gate?
I mean, look, the opportunity.
What happened there, first of all?
It was so much fun. Like, I came out, it really set it off with me and Nas. Because
You're talking about the overall show, what happened. I'm asking what everybody's talking about and what's been driving social media for the past couple of days about this altercation that happened on the stage.
I didn't even see I was performing.
That's what you're going with. You didn't see anything. Have you
heard?
heard about it?
Yeah, I hear, people say everything. I look at media takeout, I see rumors and stuff like that, all these different things. But, I've seen so many things about me that weren't true that,
Right.
it's nothing, Ash.
What can you tell us? I know what can you tell us about what happened?
Well, I mean, there was so many people. People didn't leave the stage. The excitement of the show left everybody that was on the stage, and additional people added on to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a crowd. It turned into, the music fitted too. It just felt like a park jam. It felt like when I started with Rising to the Top.
Yes.
And it was like from Queens, like it was one of those joints. This Nas was like, "Yo," looking like you, you snuck one in on us like with that, and then it was a surprise. But it's all positive energy.
First of all, nobody knew G-Unit was coming.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. That was a
I had
surprise
no
to
idea.
everybody. I don't know you to be somebody to ever squash a beef.
I'm not really. You know what I did?
How did this happen? I want to know exactly what happened.
I looked at it. It wouldn't have made sense to pardon Banks and Yayo for what they was doing at points, and not pardon Buck when I know he's impulsive. I know who Buck is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been so clear since the very first time we was around each other.
So first you
Consistent.
decided, you wanted to clean things up with.
Right. No, me and Buck.
You and Buck first. Really?
Yeah.
You and Buck were the first to straighten this out.
When I got the confusion from Yayo, it made me say if I ever be cool with him or
Right.
have him around following that, then I might as well talk to Buck too. It don't make no sense. Because he didn't, you gotta understand, it's me also saying I don't care about, I gave him $250,000.
Right.
Because he had that for me when we actually got into the little argument. So I don't care. It's water under the bridge.
So it's all cleaned up.
Yeah.
What's the reception
Weird.
like?
It has
though,
to be
man?
still weird.
It's not, because Buck is hungry. You know what I'm saying? When you get that energy out of him, he's driving that them when I ain't there. Because he's going, it gotta happen now.
Are y'all arguing in the studio and stuff or no?
Just who go first.
That's you argue about.
That's the argument.
good.
Like,
That's
who
good
got around the
energy.
show?
That's good.
Let me get mine
It's
on.
really amazing to me. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't be that amazed. But just because of you and your history of not squashing things,
Yeah,
it's are you a different person?
You know, Angela, for me, like, to be honest with you, I don't really. That's why, like, when I have, people are really loyal to their comfort. And when they are forced to actually sustain things that they have on their own, they can get upset with whoever appears to have everything with no problem. Whoever's doing it easy in their mind, because like I've been working to consistently keep it. Like I've been on the Forbes list 5 years in a row while I haven't released the album in 5 years, and I haven't released the record. Like while doing everything else, the part that they feel like isn't working, because when they're not actually making music and we're not really grinding on that level,
I get that.
there's nothing going on really.
I could see how that could happen to anybody. By the way,
Yeah,
I really
anybody.
can,
Yeah.
and we see it happen to artists all the time, where they maybe had expectations about things you should have been doing for them
Right.
because you
Just
have
look
them.
and go, yo, you got it. Just do it. Like, no, that ain't how it work. Like,
Right.
you got your baby mother does that to you. If you're not dealing with it no more, or if you're, like your ex-wife, you gotta.
So
pay.
are they past that now? Do they see things a different way?
Yeah, because I mean, like, they know that this is really, it's grind time. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. Like, whenever we get in that zone, it get crazy.
Buck look happy on that
Sounds
stage.
like it.
Yeah.
You sound like it though.
talk.
That song that
Everybody
we played yesterday sounds right in pocket.
and everybody's in good spirits. That's what makes it like when they go, oh, okay, I'm back. Like,
Wait, and the song today sounds
Yeah.
like it's crazy. It's like it sounds like you all just went right back to.
snap right back together.
It really snapped back nice too. This Drake joint sounds nuts. I mean, listen, we have 2 new joints. One we debuted yesterday. One we debuted today. I mean, clearly there's a pocket happening.
They'll see, yeah.
Clearly there's a pocket that works
And
here.
expect it to be nonstop, feverish.
Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. 1 second.
Okay, what?
Just in this section of the thing. So, because it was, yes, it's a big deal that he was on stage with G Unit. Also a big deal that he was on stage with Nas.
Yeah.
You and Nas don't have the friendliest history.
Yeah, but you know what? I had to get up with Nas before I went to meet him at Webster Hall.
Mm-hmm.
He was there because we was gonna figure out.
You had
what,
to have like a sit down.
yeah,
Mm.
so we could talk and get everything out, like where we actually said everything we wanted to say to each other.
Ah.
It's
And
just
then-
you and him in the room.
Yeah, yeah. Because to be honest with you, Nas was like he took me on the first tour I was on.
Oh
He
wow.
took me on the Nostradamus tour, in 98, 99,
Wow.
like that. And he had an option to take Nature and everybody else, and he wanted me to go.
Hmm.
You know, and then it was an experience for me. It gave me that thing I was trying to get back out. The next time I went out, I was on the Cash Money tour. You believe that? I was on the Cash Money tour, Cash Money Rough
that's
Riders
crazy.
joint,
Wow.
opening before the show starts,
That's crazy.
Nuts.
before the curtain opens.
That's crazy.
So you sat down with Nas. You had clearly a nice powwow.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
this happened. So then you're on stage. It's G Unit, Nas, 50. That's cleaned up. Then Meek comes out. Well, you understand. Meek came out with Nas.
Yeah,
But you were
Fab.
on the
Yeah,
same
Fab.
stage together.
Yeah, they came out ahead. Like we was on the other side. Like when they actually came out, and then
But there was no problems. There's no
everybody come
weirdness.
for problems. Like we just come to do the show. And then what happens is they came
It's very grown up. 50.
yeah on and off the show.
Yeah.
And then we get into the following
Fab.
that cuffing season record is serious. We got something coming, man. Y'all got to hear this.
With all those people up there, you were Fab.
Yeah.
With all those people in there, you were looking like somebody who has, like a friendly guy. Like you were looking like somebody who had great relationships with all these New York rappers, which was an interesting way to see you.
No, but we
different,
need
you
that,
know.
man. I
Yeah,
think this
no, it was
town needs
great.
that. No,
Look, we had it's cause
You
and
got
effect.
D-Block. I mean, you got Kiss and Styles on the album. Like
Yeah.
you're like,
I seen them on the way out. I didn't get a chance to have them in the set because they had already
yeah.
committed to something. I think with the Roots.
The only thing I would say, I know we don't talk about anything else that's going on the internet about what may have happened, the incident that you didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't. I was
That might
performing.
have
I was
happened.
performing. Look, you know, I see smiling faces. Smiling faces. You know that? I'm watching the crowd. The energy is so amazing, and I'm like,
My point is, do you feel like it takes away from? Because I felt like, wow, I was so impressed. Oh, look at 50, brought everybody together. It's
does.
such a positive moment,
When
and
you-
then there's a negative thing happening behind you that you didn't even see.
And then I'm-
And do you feel like that takes away from the moment of
Exactly.
this positive 50?
You think
know
I
what I
wouldn't
mean?
be attached to that at this point?
right.
You don't.
No, like I don't need that.
Okay.
It does nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like I look at people make mistakes all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just edge overall in a mindset where I can actually go out with Nas, see Jungle and Wiz and all the dudes I hung out with from Queensbridge in the early stages. Like it's a moment for me. Like it's cool. Like I spoke to Nas, but I didn't see Jungle when we went to Webster Hall.
Right. So
So it's like on stage is that moment for me. Like yo, he's like yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
but then it's good.
crazy,
But then it's
yeah.
all good, right?
Yeah, and it's like this is
That's
crazy.
great. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure right now if they got a chance to speak to Nas, he'd be telling you that was ill, like because just the way it felt
Right.
to do it at that point. It was energy. Like I could have waited, not walked out in an R set, and used my intro.
Mm.
I spent a whole bunch of money on the intro.
And you decided to change it to come out
Change
with
it.
him.
I'm just gonna come out right there.
It was
and
so
just stay
dope.
out.
The moment of you two
Yeah.
standing up there was so great. That
Yeah.
Wanna
you
miss
did the
that
right.
part,
You
yeah.
did the right thing, Fifth.
It worked, and
You did the
then
right thing.
They work.
and I knew to
Yeah.
come from that
Into
to rise
yeah,
to the
yeah.
top.
You
'Cause I
was
need to
looking
get-
like the kumbaya. You was looking like I'm the I love everybody guy.
nobody left. Everybody's still behind me. Like everybody's there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. Then Ebro was a little upset because he was like, yo, my bad, because so many people stayed on the stage.
Yes, I know that.
It's like that. So it's like it was a little hard to kind of keep up with where I'm at.
I like your jab to Ebro too.
Yeah, yeah,
Ebro,
yeah.
I know you run.
You run things after
Yeah, there was
while I'm on the stage.
people took that as if you had some sort of real beef with Ebro after.
Oh, you know what he
before
gave me?
that.
He gave me some weak tickets, man.
Did he really?
Contract said you had to have some tickets. I'll put my peoples in the nosebleed. What is this? What is this?
That's your
Guy is
problem.
forcing me out of the house. Trying to lock me out of the house.
That's crazy. That's
First
not
of all,
cool.
they should know when they come to this actual studio, this is the 50 Cent facility.
It is the 50 Cent facility.
Come in and visit my actual station. This is the Hot 97
Oh, the
station.
station. Or this office.
Yeah.
This actual office is yours because you're the only rapper that we have to come here to interview anymore.
They built it for you.
You're not allowed to in the other building.
And it's clean in here, so you should be happy.
This is
It's
your, like,
beautiful.
Clearly, this is your address.
Yeah, I
Your
think what's his
address
name got
outside.
kicked out of the other one too, right? Jimmy.
No, he's back
go?
in the. He's back in the regular building.
Back in.
This,
Yo.
you're the only one. It's
Oh,
just
how they
you.
let him back in and not you?
It's
What
just
happened?
you. I think maybe still.
Even when you catch felonies, they take it off your record after a while.
Nah, it's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
you. Maybe game still. Maybe game still. I don't know because he hasn't been up. But
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah.
Game is good.
I did for a moment.
They let him
No,
go.
game is good.
Is back.
Game is good.
Wow,
That's not
just
me.
you. I did for a moment at Summer Jam wonder if Game was gonna pop out.
Oh no.
That was too far.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't understand it. I mean, I don't know if it was part of how Jimmy felt about me too, because it turned into something with Jimmy later. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I mean,
no, but Henchman.
henchman. Oh,
Yeah, he's a rat. Told everything.
Mm.
Make the police look like they don't even work, man. It's game on, man. Everything.
I don't know.
You cross the street, if you jaywalk,
I don't know what you're talking
trust me.
about. I
He
was
was there. They know about it. He told him in
happened
detail.
behind me. I
He
didn't.
came back. He was finished.
You know
He
how
came
things-
back and said, "Wait, I forgot to tell you this."
You know how you told me on the stage it was behind you, you didn't see it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it either. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I feel uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable. I don't know what
I
you're
feel
talking
uncomfortable.
about. Never a dull moment when 50's around.
Keep it going, eh?
I see you.
Animal ambition.
Animal Ambition is out. There's 2 new G Unit joints that are out.
Yeah.
What
Quick.
else? There's a TV show getting ready to start.
I stay working.
Webster Hall, big show, June 8th.
Yeah, we're gonna shake that. We're gonna have a
Will
ball.
everybody be there?
We're gonna
Will
really
all
go.
of G Unit be there?
Yeah, they will. And I got some surprises for him for that one. I got some.
Oh my.
Okay.
That is gonna be. Oh my.
A problem.
All right. What else? What else is going? What else? Other stories have I read about 50 lately? Well, you know what? This is not a happy. This is a other story. But this business about your son being
Yeah, yeah.
all over the place.
It's the same story. It's the
same
same. It's
story.
really the same issue with me and his mom.
The only difference is we've always heard stories about you and his mother going
Right.
back and forth. The only thing now is that you and him are not in a good place,
Nah,
which
you know
is
what it
sad.
I love him, man. It's right. Like it's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
But when a boy is 18 years old, it's big. I already expect him to identify with what's going on in front of him. That it's really how your mother feels about your dad, not anything else. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, even his passion for basketball at this point, I'm taking him to go play basketball when he ain't big enough to jump or to throw the ball towards the hoop. You know, and then it's really interesting because you see it happens at periods where people have expectations to receive something. He didn't miss me at the graduation. Probably missed the car with no bow on it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because there was no invitation given for me to actually attend. She's saying she's privy to the same information I'm privy to. He could have called the school. Like, I'm call the school and ask when is the graduation. Like, if you wanted me to be there, they would have called for me to actually.
Did you want to be there?
Of course, I would have wanted to be there for that. You know, like it's an accomplishment. Like I tell them, my job is to go make sure you're all right and everything. Y'all have everything.
Yeah.
and your job is to do good in school.
Does
Later,
does it bother you to have to be in this place with him, especially that it's public?
it does, but it's public because his mother's looking for attention. That's it. There's no other reason, and
Besides even that it's public or that she's looking for attention, but just the fact the father son having a disconnect, there has to be.
you know what? It's not abnormal. I find more when I actually like, because of that, her going to talk and stuff like that. It makes people say I kind of went through that. Like I felt that between me and my kid when we weren't actually in on good terms.
Right.
With it. And it's tough because the kid will kind of side with the stronger influence. If you got two people there that are influenced, like his sister will say,
That's too bad.
"You're a good kid. You deserve more." My father never did anything for her. I took care of her since she was 5. They got in the car and drove to the actual radio station to talk about me in the car that I bought her for graduating in college, for getting into college.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. How long do you do things for people until it exhausts you to the point that you say, I won't do anything for you if you ever under tough circumstances because you continue to offer me that energy. My grandfather said, if it rattled like a snake, if it slithered like a snake, it's a snake. You ain't got to get bit to realize it's a snake.
Do you take any responsibility for any of this?
Of course, when I'm under the circumstances where I have a lot of pressure, I'm working, doing a lot of things on my own. I guess people don't even see that from my perspective because they just look at it and go, "Well, you're gifted, you can do it." Like I'm challenged too. Like it's not like I had this information in the beginning, and I had to learn it, like in front of everybody. You know, so it's like I guess when they just was enjoying the moment and having people around and partying and everything else is going on, when I'm actually rereading the contracts till I understand it.
Well, I'm not talking about business. I'm saying, do you take any responsibility for like, in terms of being a father and your son and the relationship you have with him
Listen,
now?
I'm be honest with you, I wasn't wrong, even with G-Unit. I just fixed it because I can fix it if I want to. You know what I mean? Like this, you can't find a reason. When you actually talk to them, you'll see, because they're not gonna tell you. I'd love for them to pinpoint what I did wrong to them. You should have Shy Money come, ask him what I did wrong now.
She has actually recently too added domestic violence to this.
Yeah, and it's now after you've heard, I have what 4 counts of vandalism and all of this stuff. They promote all of this stuff in the very beginning. You never hear them retract it as it's resolved. You know, like what people report versus what actually happens in the end. It's like all those things go away. Why? Because I offer you a receipt for everything you say I broke.
Negativity sells.
So that's not true.
Yeah.
So domestic violence thing is not true.
Man. She like to focus on a negative situation as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And she had defamation of character. This is the same person we sitting there saying I burned the house down. What more? I'm not surprised at that part. You can say anything at this point, but and 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna sink or swim because I'm not gonna help at all.
Yeesh. How does it get so bad? Y'all need family counseling.
I don't. Like at this point, you need to just stay away from me. That's a girlfriend. It's not like my wife.
But
I had a problem
but
with, like,
what about your son? He can't stay.
then it'll affect our relationship because I can't. What I want with that.
Yeah.
You ever had a person show you so much in every single way they can possibly show you that they didn't care less about you?
Yes.
And eventually you go, let me just move away from this person. It's not good for me. And in an attempt to move away from it, I hadn't.
Are you talking about your son or your
No,
her mom? Right.
And I break the communications with her, and because she hasn't for the majority of the time, her response is saying those things. I don't. Look, he said he wanted to collect shoes. You gonna collect $300 shoes? And you ain't got no job? From where? How you do that? So I thought about it afterwards. This was she told him, ask your father for 50 pairs of shoes going back to school. So when I give him 8, I'm only 42 pairs short of what his expectations was based on what his mom said. So you can't win for losing.
Yeah, but that's your kid, Fib. You gotta.
Yeah, but if he's damaged because of what his expectations are, like if your mom's not being responsible to trying to at least make you think, have sense, common sense. Like if you feel like you really should give me 50 pairs. Why? You got it.
I hope for you at some.
Seriously.
I hope
how
for
he's
you.
talking to you?
Take her aside. Take the mother aside. I hope for you at some point soon. The same way we sat here and was like, "Wow, he made nice with G Unit. This is amazing." I hope to see you out sneaker shopping with your son at some point and
I
been
don't
able.
have a problem with him, man.
I know, but you got to fix it. But it still has to be fixed. It's not fixed. It's clearly not in a good
Okay.
place. I
If
hope
she
for you
says-
that it gets to a good place
At
at
any
some
point,
point.
if I've done something wrong to her, he just seen my grandparents. He ain't seen them in 2 years. He just saw them with Easter.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not a problem with me specifically. It's a problem with anything connected to me on that actual end.
Right.
You know, and they'll look, and it's weird, man. Because even when we stop by there, my grandmother she was pretty sick recently. You know, and her actually being sick is, for me, that's the only person that took care of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not. It's really uncomfortable for me. And
She okay now? She gonna be okay?
yeah, I hope so. Everything, worked the right way. But when they come by there and they see her, and my grandfather too, they're older now. They're like 80, 85 and maybe 80. You know what I mean? Like you see him, it's like
I know.
she'll give him $500 because she ain't seen him in a while. When she see other grandkids, she give them money every time they come by there. And then give Mia $300 and then
She
comes
gives
back-
you $300?
Mia.
Oh, I
I
thought you
give her
said
money
she
now.
gives me $300. I was like,
I'm
your
about to
grandmother's
say.
still giving you money.
I love
She
it.
holds on to it though. Like if I had one person in the world that I could give everything that I have to, and I'd be comfortable with it, it'd be my grandmother. Because I know before she did anything, she'd think about me.
Right.
You know what I mean? My granddaddy, his heart is so giving that he'd give my money away. He'd give it to my uncles and aunts and everybody else.
Everybody.
Oh, 50 soft spot.
Yeah.
That's your soft spot.
Yeah, that is my grandma.
All right. That got a little heavy, right?
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Life is
I-
real,
I,
man.
I
Life
feel
is
for you
real.
right there with that.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, so we have we have to do this with the whole crew because clearly there's a movement happening. Clearly we're going to be spending time together this
Yeah.
summer.
Oh, I'm gonna be working, so they should expect to really hear and see what I got when I want it. It'll go the way I want it to.
I didn't even bring up the pitch today.
I know
Not
it's
once.
terrible, man.
I didn't bring it up though. I didn't even talk about it
I'm gonna
because you
redeem
already
myself.
talked about it anyway. And you know,
I'm probably gonna go to the World Series and do it.
you
again.
didn't do it on purpose, right? Because you know me, I always think you're like.
I know
this
you think I'm
creative
diabolical.
I do. Not diabolical, but I think you're like a marketing genius, and I think I don't put it past you to be like, if I throw it over there, I get more press out of it. But I guess, but who knows? So I have to ask you that
No, I just-
question. It was just a bad throw.
Very, very bad.
Because you were throwing so amazing before in practice.
Yeah,
You're not the type of guy that gets nervous.
yeah. And look,
So I wonder.
enough. I said, and it just slipped. It just went over there.
So weird. So weird. So weird.
It's one of those things. Like, and I wanted to throw the ball again, but you can't get a second throw. It is what it is.
I mean,
that's why I'm like,
I've seen people throw bad. Like it's too short. It doesn't make it all the way. And then
Yeah.
what made it really crazy was the dude who was talking about, who was like just outside.
He's
When I
like,
saw-
just outside.
that was the.
Yeah,
that was like the
he
full
was trying to help me.
disrespect.
He was trying to help me out. He's like, just outside. I was like,
No, just outside the park. Just outside. It was
you
really
talk about
funny.
like on Instagram, and, like the comments and stuff. It was crazy. Like that.
There's a
was
lot of
wild couple
attention.
days
A
after
lot of
that, yeah.
attention. All right, we got to get to this. We got to go, but we have to get to this Drake joint.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's touch it.
It was Drake's joint, and then 50 and G Unit got on it, and now it's kind of their joint.
Yeah,
And there'll be two songs out at the same time. No,
Yeah, well, we get back. I want to work with Drake anyway, so we'll figure out how we can get together.
mush
on
them
something.
together.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm not mad at either one, so this is good. It's
do it.
two for special. Let's get it. G
Let's
Unit.
do it.
And Drake, G Unit and Drake, man. And we got to go. 50 Cent, thank you, honey. Always good to see you. One
Yeah,
time for
Fif.
50 for coming through today. Hotlines are open, Side 97.